What's good, people? What is good? It's your boy Cam back after a long hiatus, man. Uh, been working on our other channel, man, trying to stabilize things over there. Not sure about this update, man, about you know what it is that's going on with this update on YouTube, man. But it was good at first, and then now it ain't that good. So I don't know. But nonetheless, trying to stabilize that damn network, man. Our other YouTube channel. So trying to stabilize that, man, over there. So I'll finally give this channel some love, and we just go from there. G. That's pretty much it, man. So you know, it's gonna be cool to playing some out of the park baseball, man. So. Let me see. See. That's pretty cool. Okay, we pop up on the thing. That's pretty cool. All right. Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right. Trying to get these likes in there. Yeah, get these likes in there. And then we call that a day. Yeah. These likes up in there. Open this up real quick. All right. So we good to go now. All right. So nonetheless, man, like I said, we playing some out of the park baseball, man. So I ain't necessarily I've been on here like periodically just playing whatever. So kind of gotta fill y'all in on what's been going on, man. So I think I last played this was in my universe it was uh 2046, something like that. I had just stopped around this time, man. So as you see, the Black Wolves won Austin, Charlotte, then Baltimore, Providence, New Orleans, then the Tribe won. So they got two since then. And then the Eclipse got two. But the more surprising one, the motherfucking Revolution, man. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool because that's the first LA team to get one. Um, I think if you put this into like MLB terms, like if you put it into MLB terms, it's kind of like the Angels winning. The Angels winning. That's what that would be like. Yeah, the Angels winning and the Dodgers not winning. That's what that would be in this universe. Yeah, so yeah, man. Uh, those are champions since there. Got a host of Hall of Famers, man. So let's put this in order of classes. Yeah, let's put this in order of classes. So sort order my name. Year descending. Yeah. Alright, so matter of fact, hold up. Here's a better here's a better screen for that. Yeah, here's a better screen for that. Definitely a better screen for that. Accomplishments, milestones, triple crown, awards. There we go. All right. So, Chris Berry ends up getting into the Hall of Fame. He's one of the best out there, man. Y'all let me know. He's 2,000 hits, almost 300 homers, um, 300 stolen bases, 300 average. Like, slugging was crazy though. Like 500 slugging is nasty. OPS at 900, like that's just diabolical, man. That's just diabolical, dog. Then we end up getting what was it, that thing? Let's do that in order. So y'all already know Ward and all of them. Yeah, so but Messerschmitt was good. He was good too. He had 500 homers. You know, played all his years with one team too. Yeah, 900 slugging. That's crazy. Yeah, 900 slugging, man. 500 homers. Like, what that? 400 hits. Nasty. We got Willie Osorio, another 500 club member. Didn't get the 2,000 hits, right? But in, in my opinion, if you get 500 home runs, but not 2,000 hits, one counteracts the other, right? And then we can start picking apart your resume, right? So for me, I like to even get on my like Hall of Fame ballot, dog. It's to even get on my Hall of Fame ballot, right? You gotta have like 2,000 hits, man. Like that's the first thing in terms of hitters, of course. You gotta have 2,000 hits, right? But if you got 500 homers, that changes everything. Absolutely everything. Because now you enter that realm of like power hitting status where a lot of power hitters don't necessarily hit for average, right? So you're not going to get a lot of hits, but the slugging is always there. The OPS is always there. Like it's fire. So him getting in was pretty damn cool. Carlos Perez was pretty good. He got their championships with us and Minneapolis, which was pretty damn cool in my opinion. Like 500 homers. So, and he got 2,000 hits, so he was hitting for average too, including what is that 20? No, not 20, but 43. I think he won MVP that year. Yeah, so he got the shit. He led the year in a WAR. And then batting like straight. I want to say almost triple crown level dominance in my opinion. Like so that's pretty good. He was balling that season, so he ended up getting in there. Let's see, man, who else throughout this time off? Bobby King, he's a two-way player, so he ended up getting 2,000 hits, batting, 300, and that's pretty damn good too. You know, 1,000 RBIs and shit. So that's pretty good, man. Stolen base magnet, like he was doing his thing too. Couple of 2020 seasons in there. So yeah. And pitching was okay. He ended up with 100 wins as a pitcher. Yeah, he had 100 wins as a pitcher. Um, so yeah, he was okay. He didn't get 2,000 strikeouts though, but I think when you combine the fact that he got 100 wins, a whole bunch of strikeouts, you know, a couple of really good seasons in there, 40, 41, 42, 43, and then 46, 47, all ERAs either under 3 or under 4, right? So there's some good shit in there, man. So when you combine everything, it's like, well, yeah, you know. So then we get into like pitching, man. So y'all kind of seen the start of Dave Albright. Y'all kind of saw that shit, you know. Y'all saw that shit for real. You know, he was good, dog. He was good. Like his first postseason run, that was nasty. That was nasty, dog. Like he was absolutely sensational, man. The only loss that happened was in the championship game. So then we end up signing him, and did pretty good. But as a total, he did wonders though. 250 wins, you know, 250 wins, 3,000 strikeouts. Like that's crazy work, man. ERA plus of like 135 for his career. Like that's just nasty work, bro. Nasty. And then I think our saves leader, yeah, our saves leader is Miguel Vallejos. He got 500 saves. And I don't think there's nobody close. It's not gonna be for a while. So he did wonders. Absolute wonders, man. Libra of the year 4 times. Got a championship with Baltimore in his last season, by the way. In his last season, so I don't think that's gonna be broken. 500, not in this league anyway. I don't think so. Let's see. Then we ended up with Kevin Sager, who's the best pitcher in league history. So like he would be our version of like Nolan Ryan. I think that's fair to say. I think he would be our version of Nolan Ryan. Simply because you got the 4,000 strikeouts, right? So nobody got there, right? You know, or he could be our version of Randy Johnson too. But like he won that championship with Atlanta in '38, right? That's kind of what started this whole shit. Um, but he ended up getting that championship, and then he just went on like a tear, bro. Like 1 ERA, 2-1, 2-1, 2, and then 3. And you kind of see like, okay, losing a little steam or whatever because the strikeouts just kind of like started to go down just a tad. But to end up with 300 wins, that's crazy work. Yeah, he like 7 feet, so it's probably Randy Johnson to be the best one though. But either way, he's the best pitcher in league history, and I'm surprised he didn't get 100%, man. To be honest with you, but But Sam Stevens was interesting though because um, he actually is one of a few players to get like rookie of the year in both leagues. So that's MLB and the league I created. Like that's stupid to even think about, right? You win three Cy Youngs, right, in this league. And then you go to MLB for one season and then win the Cy Young over there. So that just lets you know how good he was, man. He was good as hell, you know. Like he was absolutely sensational as a closer. And then I moved him to a starter. And he was just as good. Like just as good. So I mean he ended up with 200 wins and 150 saves. So he ended up with what, three pitcher of the year and an MVP, and a champion a few times too. So he's pretty good, man. He's pretty good. Now I don't know about Germano Watanabe, but as you can see by the hat, he retired with Major League Baseball though. But he was good. He was good when he came over to the TBL, but he wasn't like it's like he had used up all his bullets basically. Yeah, used up all his bullets for real, and he was just kind of like not the number one rotation dude, man. But I will say, at first he was still good. 3 years in, he's still one of the best pitchers. But you could tell he wasn't the same, because he won like was that 5 Cy Young awards? Yeah, 5. So that's 32. So that's 17 wins. ERA a little bit over 3. That's 300, 200 strikeouts. Oh shit, that's 32. God damn. 99. Yeah, he's balling, bro. Balling. Let's see. Then we got some other dudes in here that should be mentioned though. Should be mentioned. Like Palazzo. Palazzo is one of them ones. You know, he did good, man. 2,000 hits. Uh ERA, not ERA, average, batting average, 284. So that's not crazy. That's not bad at all. 400 homers, man. Then you can tell like later on in his career, he started stealing bases. So that's pretty good. And I think George Hayes was interested too, because he had a tale of two careers almost. Like his Seattle run, which we can get into, was interesting because during his time, Seattle was they was good. I mean, they had to play it obviously. My team that I was managing at the time in the championship, but they went 2 years in a row. 2 years in a row. So what was that? That was 41 and 42, right? 2 years in a row. And their records was like sensational during that time, right? Like, I mean, 98 wins, 92 wins, 98 wins again, right? And then, they fell off, but they literally was in the running for the championship 2 years in a row, right? And this is a guy that led the league in batting average, led the league in basically OPS, right? Did all this stuff, and then like just kind of fell off later on. Like I said, I wasn't watching that particularly close, but kind of crazy how he just kind of like fell off after that MVP season at 41. Crazy. But nonetheless, he still ended up getting into the Hall of Fame with a pretty nice percentage on the votes and shit. So that's not too crazy. But that's pretty much it on the like awards and shit. You know, like look at some of the, you look at some of the leaderboards and shit, and you see who is, one of those ones, who's been really, really good, right? So we got a couple of youngsters in this league that really turned this shit up. You know, they really have changed the game. So I feel like we are in our version of the home run race, basically. We're in our era of that. Our basically the long ball era, man. Because like Evan, who broke his kneecap, but he about to get the home run record if he can come back next season, which he should. He should be cool, right? He passed Dylan Hudson, who's trying to get into the Hall of Fame, by the way. Um, I guess a whole bunch of people. Like, dude ain't played in like 20 years, and he still like just fell out of the top 10. So we in our home run era for sure, man. But I tell you, we got some youngsters, man. We got some youngsters in here that's cold. So I think the hit record might be pretty cool for now. I don't think anybody gonna get that. I mean, Lee Cornin is good, but he's not who he once was in terms of like batting average and shit. He's still a 300 hitter, but he's not like he was early. Because early on, you definitely thought like, okay, if he can keep this contact pace, he's gonna be up there, right? He's gonna be up there. He's gonna keep on doing it, right? As long as he sit around what 350, 340, even 320. I think that pace would have been crazy as well. But you start to slow down a little bit, And now you're going into what, year 11, year 12 or whatever. I think he can still catch him, but he would have to like win the starting job. And he's at first base, and maybe I don't know. I feel like the team's good. Team might be good enough for him to get there, but he still got like at least another season or so. Yeah, at least maybe two. So yeah, maybe two. So he could definitely try, but I don't know if he gonna get it. But maybe he can get that. I see. Chris Berry's triple record. That must be safe. That's probably safe for a little while, unless Steven get it, because Steven kind of fast still, so he could get it. It just depends. So he got four triples, and he's short like 20, 30, something like that. Yeah, so 91. 101, 111. So yeah, about 30. So he could possibly get it. I don't know. That's crazy though. 113 is just the record. That's crazy to me. But RBIs, man, that's definitely Messerschmitt, and I think he's safe for a minute. Yeah, because Santiago good, but he's a two-way player too. So he gonna be a Hall of Famer anyway. But his pitcher got a little better, honestly. Got a whole lot better. Yeah, a whole lot better. So yeah, yeah, man. So yeah, that's a good team. Good team. Good team. But yeah, man. So but I think but I do think that the wins record in terms of pitching is safe for a while. Like it's safe. Obviously Xavier Crowder was kind of the guy. He was the one. He was the first dude to kind of come over to the league from MLB. So he kind of the one. But then after that, you got a lot of dudes that's trying to get into that Hall of Fame, man. You know, you got a lot of dudes, man. Like Blackstock's got a case, 200 wins, 2,000 strikeouts, man. ERA 3.5. I think that's the biggest thing. But like a Hall of Fame is so tough to get into, right? Like you could stay on a ballot a long time, right? But you're fighting with the new people coming in because there's only 5 spots on your ballot. Right? So I try to make it a little bit fun for myself just to see how hard it is to get into the Hall of Fame, because when you have only 5 spots on the ballot, but you can stay on the ballot 15 years, right? You have to like only the best of the best get in, right? So when you're thinking about, oh man, he's good, but if I have to argue that case, then he probably won't get it, right? Like Sager. If I say, okay, well, you got 300 wins and you got 4,000 strikeouts and you got a couple championships, man. You got Pitcher of the Year awards, right? That's really not arguable, in my opinion, right? That's like Randy Johnson and Nolan Ryan. You didn't argue that they were Hall of Famers, right? You know, so then you get into guys like Ryan Johnson, right? Who's got 210 wins, right? Got a lot of losses because those teams were kind of bad. But 27,000 strikeouts, ERA sitting at under 3.5. So he's got crazy WAR as well. So these are some good ass seasons, even though you're on bad teams. But some people value the pitcher of the year. Some people value the ERA. Some people value the strikeouts, right? So only way for you to get in, past all of that BS is to dominate every category. And some see he didn't do that. So it's kind of hard for him to get in, right? So that's pretty much it on the stats and stuff, man. Like I said, I think strikeouts is gonna be safe. I don't think anybody's gonna do that. I don't think so. Yeah. I mean, because Xavier was 3,800, right? you know, Dave is 3,000. Chris is tired. So we actually might bring him out of retirement, so his ass can break that record. Yeah, he might break that record. We'll break him back in there. We can get that shit. Yeah, so we get that shit. I don't know where he would go, but we gonna bring him out of retirement, man. And we gonna try to do that. Ain't gotta be nothing serious. Yeah, they need a third starter. That's fine. Yeah, they need a third starter. Minor league option. I never understood why people would do that. Like when you're good, why would you take a minor league thing? You know, I just wouldn't do that, man. Like when you're good, like get that thing, man. So yeah, that'll be one, and then we can get into that. All right, so he's tied. Then you got Zimmer, 33. So I don't think he's gonna get like 4,000. So that's pretty much safe right there. Um, that's it, man. I think that's it, man. So then we could talk about the youngsters, man. The youngsters out here, bro. Like this is a good time to be a TBL fan, bro, because they got a lot of young players that's out here doing it, man. So don't forget about Max Crowder, man. If you know the name, yeah, that's Xavier Crowder's son. I did that. I did that. I don't know why I did that, but I did that. I really don't want him to sign back with them. I want him to do his own thing. Yeah, I don't want him to do that. So we're gonna change that. Yeah, we're gonna change that. Um, and then yeah, so some of the youngsters that's really doing it, right? So we got Mike. He one of those ones. Um, fuck, man. That's what I hate sometimes, man. That's what I hate sometimes, bro. Like I change a lot of shit sometimes because I kind of want people to succeed and shit. Then sometimes I don't. Sometimes I let that shit just ride out. But like, I'm changing like contracts and shit. It make me mad sometimes because I'm like, fuck. And then like the game will freeze on you or some shit, and then it's like, god damn, So yeah, so like I said, you probably wonder if you're watching this, like, damn, that's a lot of money a year. But when you're dealing with inflation, it's gonna go up anyway, right? And then certain players see certain values as well, right? And he been a what 3, 4 time All Star, right? Right, because he came from the JPPR, our version of NPB. I think that's what it is. Yeah, so our version of NPB because you can't put NPB on the game. They just changed it to like South America or some shit like that. So something like that, man. So, but yeah, there's some youngsters on here, man. There's some youngsters on here that's good, man. Brian Freeman, good. Obviously, you got the, yeah, you got the kids of Angelo, yeah, you got the kids of Andre Gardner in there. You got Granberry, one of those ones. You got Bruno, he in there. Kevin Sager, who's Kenyon Sager, who's Kevin Sager's kid. Then you got Bradley Walker, who's just a mountain of a guy. um, got Joe, so there's some youngsters in there, man. Eric Westcott, good too. So there's a lot of dudes in there, man. That's really, really good. So so we did a league expansion not too long ago, man. So kind of want to get into that, talk about that a little bit too. Just the teams and everything, man. So you got your OG teams, right? Teams that's been in the league since the beginning. So that's 31, right? Um, so I think obviously out of those teams, the best team you can say is Minneapolis, but that's just because I was doing that. But aside from that team, I think the best team is probably the Eclipse. Well, no, I take that back. That's not the best team. The best team to me is probably out of the OG teams. Mm, maybe Charlotte because I think Charlotte's probably the best team because no matter what, they've been pretty damn good. I mean, only missed the playoffs for a little bit of stretch, and then you got two championships within that stretch. So, yeah, definitely in there. Now, the worst team out of that, I would say, because the league is what going on 30 years now, right? So, the worst team of the OG teams is probably Detroit, man, because we almost had 30 years and they only made the playoffs 4 times. Now, granted, they was good, especially in 51 and 52, right? They was hella good. They had some good ass players, bro. They had some good ass players, had a good ass team, everything. Right. Dave Snelling was off the chain, man. But he decided he wanted to go to MLB. I ain't mad at him, man. I ain't mad at you. Do your thing. Right? But that's probably the worst team of the OG teams, man. Because they ain't did shit at all. Nothing at all, man. Now you got teams in here with a whole lot of playoffs too and no championships. So Miami's one of them. Boston is one of them. Although Boston has made the championship game, they ain't got none. Then get into the curious case of Brooklyn. That's one. New York has made it, but they had some rough patches too. But like I said, man, then we get into that second league expansion. Second league expansion. Well, the first league expansion. In Baltimore, they got a championship. Houston has been to the playoffs. Our Mexican team has as well. And then, of course, Minneapolis, right? And then the next expansion is been pretty good. I mean, Oklahoma City's been good. They've made the playoffs a lot. Albuquerque and Utah have been really good as well. So yeah, and especially Oklahoma City, they've made a couple of championships. But the newer, they only been teams for 2 years. But Montreal, um, not Montreal, but Montgomery, they've been pretty good too. So, but we had to bring back the Northmen, man, because they relocated to Indianapolis. So we had to bring them back, man. So, but yeah, man. So let's get into some trades, man. Let's get into some trades in this thing, man. So I like to look and see because I'm playing the role of commissioner. So I like to just kind of be on the outside looking in sometimes. So, but as you can see, Montreal's pretty good. You know, the Eclipse is on a really good run right now. Like they're on a really good run of just really good ass fucking baseball, bro. Like they got I want to say two championships within this run. Two, yeah, I want to say two. Let me check it out. Yeah, so they've got two championships within this run, man. And some really good ass fucking teams too. Like 95 wins, 100 wins, 93, 112, 108, 114, right? And now they on pace for maybe 90, maybe 90. So that's pretty crazy. So they've been on a really good heater, man. And it starts with the fact that they pulled one, they got Avery Gardner from the Jackson. They got him from Jackson. So he's been pretty damn good. I mean, he got two MVPs, a rookie of the year, bunch of all stars, man. Like, yeah, about to hit 400 homers, 1,100 RBIs. So, yeah, he's been pretty damn good, man. I mean, he's got what is that? A 2020 season, 2020, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, right? 30, 30. So he's been doing the 30, 30 pretty good, man. You know, so like I said, that's Andre Gardner's kids. And if you know Andre Gardner, you know. you know. So yeah, they've been good. But then I don't remember if I made them twins or did I make them just like one older than the other. Nah, they twins. Okay, so yeah. So then they got his twin who just turned out to be one of the best pitchers too. So like, yeah, man. So we're gonna get into that curious case of Brooklyn in a minute though. But that's one of them ones, man. That's one of them shits that you just like, damn, they didn't get no titles. Nope. They didn't get none. So all right, let's check out the trade block, man. So first dude needs, let's see, somebody with a defensive efficiency. But you need something at first base though. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. Let's see. They need a first baseman though. Ugh, that's tough. Cause he's good on base though. He's got really good on base shit. Really good on base, man. So I don't know, man. I don't know. That's interesting. He's a third overall pick too, so yeah, I wouldn't do that either. Not them. Let's see. No, Minneapolis. Let's do that. Let's see. They got a right fielder. Yeah, well, he's pretty good at contact though. He's pretty damn good. So do you sacrifice the contact for the better defense at first base though? Let's check it out. Let's see. Let's see. Let's check it out. Check it out. Check it out. So that's the trading thing. Damn, I just saw dude. I literally just saw dude. I guess they don't have him. Guess they don't have him ranked as high. Yeah, they don't have him ranked as. Yeah, they don't have him ranked as high. And injury prone too. Yeah. And what's record? Yeah, so they gonna be trying to get up off of him anyway, cause he's a free agent. So, well, damn. All right, well, there we go. Free agent too. So that'd be a good trade. They must got a lot of shit. That's a good trade. Let's see if my brother's starting now, cause like I said, ain't in charge of that. So, yeah, yeah, he's starting. Sure is. At least on left-handers. On left-handers, he is. I don't see him particularly on there, but he's definitely starting on both of them. So that's a good trade. Yeah, that's a good trade. Yeah, I be trying to make the moves that people don't really be making sometimes, man. Be like, shit, I'll blow that team up quick, man. Blow it up. Anybody on there? Let's see. Let's see, it's like on base percentage. So when I'm looking at on base, I be thinking about on base. I be thinking about people who need like run support. You know what I'm saying? Like people that need run support. Like do they need like run support? You know what I'm saying? Like do they need some run support, or you know, like do they need some run support or not? You know, that's where my mindset goes sometimes. When I'm thinking that people have good shit like that. So let's see. So he got some power. Yeah, yeah. That's All right, we back. We back in this thing, man. We back on the saddle, man. I have my son in here. He ain't got no shirt on, so he can't come in here like that. You know, YouTube would. Yeah, YouTube would get me. Let's just say that. They will get me. And I finally got this channel back to monetization status, so I'm not trying to deal with that again. So, but nonetheless, man, let's get into it. We good. So the playoffs is set. The playoffs is set. So let's uh let's try this out real quick. Let's try this out. We got the uh the Philadelphia Penguins making the playoffs, man, winning the top seed in the Western League with 100 wins and 56 losses, man. We got the Miami Predators back in the playoffs again, searching for that first championship, man. 97 and 65. So they looking pretty good over there. Um, we'll get into the playoffs. I'm pretty sure we got some new people watching. So we're gonna get into how the playoffs works in a minute, man. But um, it's good to see a couple of teams in here. Utah's back. Charleston is back. You know, so that's good. Um, like I said, we got some young teams in there too now. We got the Montgomery Terriers in that thing. Like I said, they might flame out a little early though. They might flame out a little early because they ain't got no pitching. And when you ain't got no pitching, it's a big deal. Big deal. Okay. So that's my whole thing, man. So I'm thinking that, man. So the way our playoffs works in this league, man. So in MLB basically, there's series, right? So for us, I wanted to adopt a different type of system, right? So more of a play-in type NBA system, right? Because a lot of players in the NBA don't like to play in. It's like, well, we done won all these games. Why we gotta fight for our playoff life? Well, I actually like that shit because it gives the little teams a chance to come back, right? Nothing crazy. Like we're not adding the 10th, 11th. We're not adding the 11th, the 12th, the 13th, and the 14th team to this thing. We're not doing that, right? But we are taking the wild card and making it a thing, right? So the wild card scenario is still the same. Ain't nothing changed about that. But the four teams at the bottom, right? So in this case, it would be in that league, it would be Milwaukee, Indianapolis, Los Angeles, and Mesa, right? Those would be your bottom teams, right? In the Western League. So they're fighting to get into the next round, right? They're going to play a one game scenario. Now, a one game scenario, like in a series, usually the talented team is going to show through, right? But I like the one game scenario because I wanted, I guess, more excitement in one game because now you're facing a team like, say, LA wins. Now they're playing a one game scenario against the big dogs, right? But then I wanted more excitement because now, what if, one of these little teams knocks off a big team? Now the whole playoffs has changed and now it looks crazy, right? So, as I mentioned in the playoffs, I told you that I had to get into the Brooklyn team. I had to get into what happened throughout this whole thing, right? So Brooklyn would be they would be the version of the Yankees in MLB, right? The team in New York that gets the top players, right? And the New York Hustlers would be the team that they would be the Mets, if that makes sense, right? They would be the Mets, right? Still New York, still got the big buildings, still got big business, all of that. But that would be the New York Mets, right? So if the Yankees don't want you, that's where you go, right? You go to the Mets, right? If Brooklyn don't want you, you go to the other New York team, right? Vastly, well, not vastly different scenarios because they both made the playoffs, right? They've made the playoffs a bunch of times. So it's not like one team is, different than the other one, man. But they've had some stretches where it's not been that good. Like, 100 losses here, 90 losses there, 100 losses this season, right? So they've had some really, really rough seasons. But being New York definitely helps, right? But I say all that to say, man, Brooklyn's run through through 52 through 55, there should have been a championship here, man. You got some really, really, really good ass players, man. Like, you know, you have Paul Thiel, I mean, you had Santiago, man. I mean, you had a lot of good players, man. You had some players like Zimmer and your pitching staff, Santiago and Max Crowder, right? You had all these guys on this team throughout this run, and it didn't work out, man. Didn't work out at all. Like, I mean, it was pretty bad, you know. So it's like you lose in the championship round and everything. Like I said, we can get into that a little briefly, man. But it's like so that run started in 51, right? It's crazy, right? So starting in 51, right? Not all the players were there at the time, but that's where it started. And then you only get out of the first round, right? And then you lose to Baltimore, right? Who ended up going all the way to the championship, which isn't that terrible, right? But in 52, you added some more players, right? And you get to the title game. But you're not supposed to be losing to Charlotte, man, because Charlotte wasn't even one of those top teams, right? In fact, the top team got knocked out of of the playoffs, and didn't even make it past the opening round, right? So now you losing to teams that you're not supposed to lose to, right? And not saying that Charlotte wasn't good, but compared to the team that they had, they wasn't supposed to lose it, right? So now it's like, okay, well, what do we retool? So around this time, I want to say they added Angelo Gardner, right, one of the best pitchers, right, and then you're the number one seed again, and well, at least season before you were the two seed, so this year you're number one, right, and then you end up losing to San Diego, who gets their second championship ever, right? But it's not that you lose, you got swept, right? In the best of three, right? So now it's like, okay, well, what do we do now, right? So now we're in that territory where it's like, what do you want to do? What do we need to do? We got all this talent, we got all this thing. Do we need to make a coaching change or whatever, right? So next season, they fighting with the Eclipse for the number one seed, right? And they don't get it, right? Tough season because the Eclipse won like 114 games that year, right? But they won like 109 or whatever. So really dominant teams, which means that this is the collision course that you want when you're in that final four, right? This is what you want to do. You want to be able to get into that thing. The two seeds get all the way through, and they play in the final four, right? So in this case, on the other side, it wasn't like that. You know, the tribe ended up losing, and they were number one. They ended up losing, but there you go, right? And then the Eclipse end up losing in the title game, right? But you get swept again by the Eclipse, right? And that's becoming the rivalry in the playoffs. And then we get into last season where they were supposed to be good, and then you don't even make it out of the first round, right? End up losing. And then, like I said, the Eclipse is on a run. And then they go to the championship game again, and they end up winning it. So, well, not last season, but the season before last. And of course, they blow the team up, and that's it. And then LA gets through the thing, and they win. So that's my whole thing. Brooklyn was supposed to be like that was supposed to be their dynasty, right? That was their chance to really be like one of the best teams ever. Like it should have at least been two championships, but you only got to the championship once. And I think that's why it's tough to win, you know, in this playoff format, man, because there have been a bunch of teams that's won 100 games and haven't done anything, So I like it. It's more exciting, in my opinion, because it's shocking when teams lose to teams they're not supposed to, right? So we'll see, man. I just I find it really cool. I find it really, really cool to do that, man. So let's check out some stats. So we got trying to see Atlanta. That's in the same one. Yeah, they all in the same one. Yeah. So Wood, so Wodridge, not Woodridge, gets the batting title. Let's see, Granberry with another 70 home run season, hitting the cover off that shit. Cold, absolutely nasty. Same RBI too as last season, man. So he actually might win back-to-back MVPs. He just might. And to be honest with you, you 32, so you in that you in that Pete Alonso type shit. So it's kind of like you might want to, fifth round draft pick too. By the way, his fifth round draft pick, man. And he one of the best players in the league. That's why scouting is important, man. It's important. But um, he balling, man. He absolutely balling. And if I'm Pittsburgh or I mean Philadelphia, I don't even let him go to free agency. We gotta sign him. What you want? I mean, shit. You can't be mad at it either. You can't be mad at it. You gotta crank that shit up. You crank that shit up to about that much, and then you kind of drop it a little bit as we get closer to the end of his career, so it's not as terrible on your salary cap, but not salary cap or your funds or whatever. But you give dude whatever he want. You give him whatever he want, and you make that shit happen. See, he ain't trying to hear that shit, so it's gonna have to be something nasty. And I ain't even mad at it for real, to be honest with you. I ain't mad at it one bit because he about to win back-to-back MVPs. So somebody was gonna offer him some nasty ass contract, man. Something ridiculous in the offseason, right? But the way this shit set up, he wouldn't have got that much. Yeah, see, he ain't trying to hear that. Yeah, so when we got players that don't want to play ball, right? Under the under the under the thing, right? We go into the what you call it? We go into the backwoods, right? We go into shit. God damn it. I hate when that happens, bro. We go into the under the table contract talks, right? Like, okay, we can't offer you we can't offer you what they want. What we do that. But in the confines of that we can do whatever the fuck we want to do, right? We gonna offer you that much. We gonna give you exactly what you want. We'll give you exactly what you want, you know, and then we'll work on the details a little later, right? Give you what you want, give you what you want, and then come back and we'll do the details later. That's that's what you do. That's what you do. You do that. You go under the table and you do the contract under the table. That's what you do. When you got a person that don't want to play ball within the confines of what it is, right? So like I said, man, 183 RBIs. So he'll probably win back-to-back MVP, most likely. More than likely, he'll win back-to-back MVP because he was better than he was last season in a couple categories, including including OPS, including slugging, including WAR, and including average. So yeah, so he'll probably win back-to-back MVP. So, but Bradley Walker, the man's man that he is, he did pretty damn good. He did pretty good. Joe Williams got a lot of runs, right? The save, not the save, but the triples title goes to Victor Chavez, right? And the golden sombrero for strikeouts goes to Jared Lockhart. So he been striking out all season, man. But that's what happens, man. Stolen base title goes to Joe. So there's a lot to consider there. So then we get into pitching, man. So ERA goes to Kyle Hickey, 200 innings pitched, 200 strikeouts, balling. McAllister, one of the highest paid pitchers in the league, ended up with 21 wins, another 200 strikeout season, man. Yeah, so that's about six straight of straight killing it. You know, been a champion Done got paid, so he been balling, right? You know what I'm saying? Mike got a nice deal, so he gonna be in Charleston for a while. So he got some complete games. He got 5. Strikeout title goes to Angelo though, which is not surprising. He's pretty good. So, like I said, he was on the Brooklyn teams, as we talked about before, and absolutely dominant, man. I mean, they was dominant anyway. But San Diego trying to get it. He trying to get that first title. He really good, really really good. Then we go into saves, man. So the saves title goes to Bill Scott. Definitely goes with Bill Scott. So yeah, so that's pretty much it as far as the playoffs is concerned, man. That's kind of how we rock it in this league and everything. So, but let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. I like to do I like to do yeah, so it'll be yeah, so it'll be yeah. Yeah, so McAllister is actually in the running for MVP as well because he got the triple crown. So we'll see how that goes. But all right, let's start these playoffs real quick, man. Start these playoffs, baby. Yes, sir. Playoffs, man. So here we go. All right, we're gonna turn this up to 300. I think that was the best one. So check it out. Let's just bring it down to 120. So we got Charleston going against Utah. Um, Surprising they didn't go they ace, but they starting out pretty good. They did. They did. Take it back. They did. All right. So pretty good. Couple homers. It's really good when your star players hit homers. That's for sure. Right. So they up 5-0 in the bottom of the third, and they add some more. So yeah, this is turning into one of those games. But I've seen games turn the opposite way. So, but they got the ace on the mound, and so far he doing his thing, man. He doing his thing. 7 strikeouts already. 8. So yeah, they turn their ass up. Yeah, they turn their ass up, man. Steven, doing really good. Doing really good. Yeah, Utah missing that one. They missing ace they traded away. So that's looking pretty good, man. So they coming in playing, dog. Oh yeah. That's what's up. That's what's up. So there you go, man. There you go. So Charleston wins their playing game, so they're going to the next round. Turn that shit up a little bit. We gotta hurry up and get into this game, bro. I'm actually kind of excited about this one. Turn it down now. All right, so now we get into it. Lexington trying to get their first title, but Atlanta's off to a very, very quick start. Very, very, very quick start, man. But it looked like Lexington trying to fight back a little bit. But Atlanta's still putting up numbers, man. Still putting up numbers. Still putting up numbers. Yes, sir. Ooh, 7-1. Top of the field. Let's see. End up doing that. 7-4. 7-5. Yes, sir. We got ourselves a ball game. Oh, bases loaded and they only get one run. Wow. That hurts. That hurts. They could have blew their game open. But they tied it up in the next inning, though. John Alvarez is having a ball game, though. All right. See, Atlanta's up by 1, by 2 now. Can they walk it off? No, they cannot, man. So Lexington has to wait another season to see if they can get there. So, uh, obviously, pitcher of the day is gonna be Mike. 5 2/3, 9 Ks, pretty good. Got the win, so pretty good. I think hitter of the day is probably John Alvarez, man. Even though in a losing effort, he did what he was supposed to do. 2 for 4, a double and a double, a homer, and 4 RBIs. So he did pretty good. He did his thing. Let's just say that. So there we go. So we got Charleston and Atlanta going to the next round. Um, we got them going to the next round, and they will be playing. They will be playing. So Atlanta's playing Miami, and Charleston's playing Montgomery. And now we get into some cool shit, man. Let's see if Indianapolis can get in that thing, man. I meant to do this earlier, man, just to see who has the longest playoff droughts so far. So about 3 years for Indianapolis, and Los Angeles made it last year. But Milwaukee been out of the playoffs for about 6 seasons, man. And they haven't won a championship in almost, it's been 20 years since they won. So almost 30. Atlanta made the playoffs last year, but it's been almost 10 since they won the last title. So Utah made it 2 years ago. So they out of it. But Charleston made it last year. So we'll see how that goes. All right, so Milwaukee trying to end that playoff drought. So let's see how they go. Pretty good first inning for both teams. Ooh, they had two on and didn't do nothing with it. Ooh, okay. Well, the Mesa Stags is on fire, bro. They win a 3-run homer from Blanco and then a solo homer from Adam Clark. So that's pretty good. That'll keep them at bay for a while. Look like we got an ass whooping going on here. Yeah, yeah, they got an ass whooping going on. Yep, yep. Lockhart hits a homer, so that's over with. Unless they can come back, but I don't think Milwaukee coming back in this one. I think Mason's just that damn good. They ain't got enough. Okay, well they making it interesting though. Got three in that inning off a home run from Upshaw. Let's see. And it just gave up too much early, man. That's what happens in a 1-game scenario, man. Like you gotta have your best game, period. Because it ain't no tomorrow. Like if you do that in MLB, you got like, okay, well, we got the next game, right? Not in this league. You're gonna be at home. All right, so now we on. I want to say we're on the West Coast because that's a late game for being Central Time. So we're gonna speed this up a little bit, try to get into things. So we got Ben, we got Ben Ingersoll going against Oscar Smith in the pitching matchup. So we'll see how that goes, man. But let's see. The Avengers gotta win. They gotta win the championship, man, because the Revolution got one. So because the Revolution got one, you gotta get one. Because I like to say the Avengers or the Dodgers and the Revolution are like the Angels, right? And the Angels winning never feels good sometimes if you're a LA fan or whatever, right? It's like the Clippers winning in basketball. It's like, yeah, they still like don't count. You know what I'm saying? But but yeah, so Indianapolis, they relocated there from New Jersey. So we had to bring back the New Jersey team in our last relocation or our last expansion. So, you know, but they've been good though. They've been good. They got a couple good players, man. So, but 1-1, top of the fifth. Pretty good pitching matchup we got going on here. Yeah, yeah, 2-1, top of the sixth. Another shutdown in it. That's it, baby. Still 2-1. It's a good game. Let's see. 8, still same score in the 8th. Ugh, ooh, 2 outs. All right. Let's see. Who gonna walk it off? Can they walk it off? Oh, they tied it though. And they walked it off. Hell yeah. Go ahead. Hell yeah, man. All right, Robbie Bravo, man. Hell yeah. Got that homer. Who hit that homer? Yeah. Yeah, so uh Bang Jiao Do. I think that's how you say that. Hit a homer, tied it up at the bottom of the ninth, and then Chuck Black brings Bravo in to score, and that's it, baby. That is it. So yeah, so closing guy didn't do his job, man. He had a good season, by the way. But can't do nothing with that, man. And they brought him in on the waivers, should I say? So he didn't win it. That's it. So the opening round is set. The opening round is set. Uh, so opening round is set, man. So let's check out some more history, man. So obviously you got your big matchup, man. The big guy versus the little guy, man. You got 100 wins versus 84 wins, right? So you think about it, and it's like, well, maybe LA should they might lose this game, but trust me, I've seen matchups where it's literally been David versus Goliath, and as that story goes, Goliath is still searching for his mouthpiece. So let's just say that. All right. So let's see. Let's get into some more history, man. So Oklahoma City and Jacksonville both made it last year. Let's see. So it's been a couple year, well, maybe just a year absence in the playoffs for San Jose and Denver. But Denver drafted one of the best players in the draft, fourth overall, Eric Westcott. So pretty good to see their fruit coming to bear. So that's pretty good. Let's see. So the Eclipse obviously made it, and they won 2 years ago, so they probably hunting for another one, right? They got Angelo on the mound for that game, so that's how you know it's about to get real up in there. Let's see. Miami also made it. Like I said, they made it, so that's your top matchup in the I'll say that's the Eastern League. So yeah, that's your first matchup there. Pretty good matchup in my opinion. You got probably their best pitcher and Miami's best pitcher too, and one of their best players because he plays both sides of the ball. So as we mentioned, they made the playoffs last year, and it's been about 20 years since Atlanta's won. So they be looking for another one. And let's see. So Washington D.C. Is playing New Orleans, and they both made it last year. It's been a little bit since New Orleans won, just about 6 years, but yeah, they still probably missing it, man. Yeah, so let's see. So Minneapolis has made it last year, and it's been about 12 years since the last title I won with them. So yeah, but the Charlotte Tribe are in a pretty good window. So they won they won two, so they're pretty good. And then these teams both made it. So should be interesting. This is the danger of the one team playoff because Charleston used their ace to get into this round, right? So that's the strategy, right? With this one game scenario, right? Do I use my ace, right, to get me into the next round, and then my second pitcher can carry us in there, or do you gamble and let your second dude start? Therefore, when you facing the number one team, you got your ace in there, right? That's the battle I like, right? Do we risk it and then kind of save our ace to get us in there? Because then the next round is just 3 games, but you're gonna have your ace, you know. So that's the fun thing about it, right? And some teams actually do that computer wise. They do that. So we got an opening round game. We got DC versus New Orleans, man. So got some travel. Got some travel in there. So Washington is trying to win. Interesting history with them. They were about to be the second team to go to the championship game from the Wild to play it. So so that would have been pretty cool. So we got tie game in the top of the fourth. So New Orleans is up, top of the fifth. Okay. Let's see if that trade work out for DC, man. They traded for Paul Schmidt. So let's see if it works out. Tie game, bottom of the sixth. Ooh, New Orleans scores. Right. New Orleans up 4-2, bottom seven. Right. Let's see. And we got other games going too, man. So we got Charleston starting their game with Montgomery. They up. And then you got Minneapolis playing as well. So, but look at there we go. Okay, Washington D.C. man, they doing their thing. Uh, oh, they choked it away. They got extras. We got a pretty good game against Charleston and Montgomery, man. Battle of the South. That's going on right there. Got 11 innings. The DC New Orleans game. Oh, Charleston, they had the game. They had it loaded. And top of the fucking eighth. Couldn't do nothing with it. Oh, they got two on. And they got a run in. All right, can they close it out though? All right, they got it. They got it. So now we up to Minneapolis and Charlotte. Let's see. Charlotte's good now. So this game ain't over yet. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Uh, can they close it out? Let's see. They ain't had nothing. Oh, they got two on. Oh, and they walked it off. They walked it off, man. Wow. So now we up to Atlanta and Miami, man. So we got our big matchup. You know, big dog versus the little team, man. So Miami showing they power. They up 4-1 already. But Atlanta fighting back. And they tie it up in the top of the fourth. So we got a tie game in the bottom of the fourth. Miami puts one on the board. But that's all they get. That's it. So it's still 5-4, top bottom of the fifth. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Too much traffic. Too much traffic, and it costs Atlanta. They give up some runs, man. 7-4, bottom of the sixth. Let's see. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Too much traffic. And they cost them. They got 9-4, top of the seventh. But Atlanta add one. But that's all they get. That's all they get, man. Ooh wee. 8. Bottom of the 8th, man. Can Atlanta stop them from adding anything? That'll make this ninth inning a whole lot better. Nah, that's it, man. That's it, dog. And that's it, man. So these are your results, man. So Washington had the game and then they choked it away. Um they choked it away and in 11 innings. Good game, classic. McAllister gets a playoff win, which is pretty cool. Um, uh, Montgomery had it, but Charleston's on a mission and a really good pitcher's duel. Um, then you got Minneapolis against Charlotte. Minneapolis had the game, and then they choked it away in the ninth. Um, so that was pretty cool to see. Um, Yeah, and they choked it away. Yep, they choked it away in the ninth off a 3-run homer from Chris Anchor. Yep. So then you got Atlanta and Miami, and I think that went pretty much as you would expect in a David and Goliath kind of matchup. But Woodridge, batting title winner for this season, did get a homer, so that's pretty cool. Uh, Sad that Montgomery wasted a pretty good outing from 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 Max. Showing he's one of the best pitchers in the league, man. So like I said, he's good as hell, really good. So um, wasted pretty good outing from him. Um, and that sucks, man. But nonetheless, that's what happened, G. That is day one of the opening round of the playoffs. So then we go to the Western League and we see what can happen, man. So pretty interesting playoffs, man, so far, man. So um you had an upset in your second seed matchup, man. So Charleston is going to the next round to play Charlotte, right? So if you know your states and capitals, that's a North Carolina and a South Carolina matchup, man. So all right. So now let's get into the fun stuff, man. So the number one overall seed in the whole entire thing is Philadelphia. I think they had the best record of the year. So that's the matchup that you're trying to see, right? So that's gonna be our nightcap game for the most part. So we'll see how it goes, man. We'll see how it goes. But first, we got Jacksonville facing OKC, right? So we'll see how that goes, right? So Jacksonville had the first overall pick a couple years ago and just built their team up, drafting young player Bruno Perez. So he's one of the league's youngest superstars. So let's see what he can do in his first playoff appearance. I want to say first or second. So, but OKC's good, man, because they got Zimmer, and Zimmer's one of those ones. So, but there you go. Jacksonville showing what they can do, man. 4-2, bottom of the fourth. Let's see, man. They adding some damage. They doing some damage. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. They are doing some damage, man. And Aaron Warfield is pitching his ass off. Yeah, OKC can't do nothing. All they got is one run off of loaded base path. Jacksonville. Oh. Yeah, it's looking nasty for OKC right now. Although they putting some people on the bases, they got one. That's it. Two runners in scoring position, and they couldn't do nothing. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Michael Pryor's doing his job, but it ain't enough. Ain't enough. Ain't enough, man. Ain't enough. Ain't enough. None, man. All right. So Jacksonville's going to the next round. So we got the Mesa Stags going against the San Diego Eclipse. We got Angelo Gardner on the mound, man. Let's see if he can put a gym together. See if he can put a gym together, man. Let's see if he can put a gym together. Uh-oh, Mesa gets up after one. Yeah, but San Diego makes it even after two. Let's see what we got here. All right. All right. After three, we won one. After four, still won one. After five, after four, still won one. We got ourselves a pitching duel so far. Oh, but they load the bases. And they, oh, man. Okay, Jared Lockhart with a grand slam. Shit. Okay, Mesa up 7-1. We got a couple more games going on. We got our Philly game. We got our San Jose game. So we'll keep track of those too, man. See San Jose up after three. Philly up after two. See Mesa trying to close it out. San Jose two. Philly still up after two. Oh, but Mesa choked it away. They choked it away. They had the lead going into the seventh, and they choked it away. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now you ain't gonna get it back. You ain't gonna get it back now. San Diego too damn good. Uh-oh. San Jose having a way with Denver. And LA is up on Philly. Can we see an upset here? They're up on Philly right now. Wow. Wow. That's crazy. All right, so San Diego, the comeback victory, man. Um, so they're on to the next round, man. But we got an upset brewing, man. Philly versus LA is not going how we thought it would. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah. San Jose gets the win over Denver. Uh-oh. Ooh-wee. Uh-oh. Well, they kept the lead, though. Can they add some insurance? They didn't do it. Too much traffic on the base paths. Oh, but they did it anyway. Wow. Okay, so we got some shit to talk about, man. All right. Let's make this a little. Let's do some fun shit real quick. Let's do some fun shit real quick. Do some fun shit real quick, man. TBL post game show, man. We got a whole lot to talk about, man. Welcome to the TBL post game show, man. Emergency show, right? So, welcome to the Western League opening round post game show, as I said, man. So, Jacksonville takes care of OKC. Andrew Warfield pitched the gym, getting his first win this postseason. San Diego with the comeback victory, man. Um, Struggled in this game. Um, like they struggled early, but they turned that shit on late and ended up coming back and winning. Then San Jose takes care of Denver. Young team, gotta get some playoff experience, man. But and the upset of the evening, man, the LA Avengers take out the overall top seed in all of the league, and Philadelphia, and they beat them 9-8, man. They held off the furious comeback in the ninth and the eighth and ninth inning, and they ended up winning, man. They ended up winning, and dude came in and got that save, man. So that's pretty good. Robbie Bravo did his thing. He got what, two playoff homers already. So he looking like he locked in right now. It looks like he locked in. Seventh overall pick a few years ago. So he doing his thing, man. Um, Bang Jiao Do, he's doing his thing too. Um, he doing pretty good. It's not a big deal with LA a couple years ago or last year. So he filling out his end of the bargain. It looked real good. 9-8. Can't believe it. But that's cool. That's cool, man. That's cool. Can't be mad at that. That's cool, man. So our stuff is set, man. The next round is set. So we got the Avengers who pulled an upset, trying to do what only a few teams have done in the history of the league, man. Um, go from the play-in all the way to the championship. So only a few teams have done that over the course of this league's history, man. Some in particular, we gotta go with the Eclipse, who won the first championship of the league from the wild card. We had um, we had Washington almost do it the second year of the league. Trying to remember who else did it, man. But those are the ones in particular that really stand out. Oh, and of course the Dallas Blue Chips. That was one. Nobody thought Dallas was going to win, except for Dallas probably. And I don't even think they thought they were going to win, but they did their thing, man. So I'm trying to remember who else did that shit. Trying to remember who did that shit before, man. I don't think the Barons did that shit, man. Nah, I don't think nobody else did that shit either. Yeah, but those are the ones I really remember. So LA trying to be the next underdog story to win. Or you could get the Charleston team, right? Charleston um, came from the play in and they in there. But so the top seeds now in the playoffs are the Eclipse and uh, Miami. So those are your top seeds with Philly, and Montgomery losing. So now we get into the good shit, man. Now we in the 3 game series part of the playoffs, man. So now regular strategies apply. So let's see what we got, man. Let's see who can get this thing. So Charleston and North Carolina. I mean Charleston, South Carolina, right? And Charlotte, North Carolina. They're battling it out in the playoffs, right? So Charlotte starts off the game hot, man. They put up a 5 spot in the first inning, but we still got uh 7 to go. So maybe they could add some stuff, man. But it's a bad start when you're a little team, right? So they starting off kind of ugly right now. You know, yeah, they ain't doing not a damn thing. But they come back, they get two, but they give up some in the fourth, give up some more, and they give up some more, man. So 8-2 still in the fourth, man. So after 4, 10-2, Charlotte, but Charleston fighting back. They fighting back, but mm-mm. Charlotte got too much, man. They got too much for you. They got too much for you. Got too much for you. They got way too much. That's done, G. That's done. After 7, it's 6-11. So they trying to mount a comeback, but you just ain't got enough outs to do it. Yes, sir. And that's over. So Charleston takes the loss, and Charlotte is up 1 game to 0. Let's see. So now we moving towards the next game. Mm, Moving towards this next game. Hold up. Pause this. Breaking news. Hell yeah. All right. That's what I like to hear. So Pete Rose's ban is lifted now that he's gone. But he also, Commissioner Rob Manfred also removed the ban of Shoeless Joe Jackson and other deceased players from the permanently ineligible list, stating that the rule that punish banned players individuals ends upon their deaths. So look like we're gonna be getting Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame after all. And we're gonna be getting Shoeless Joe Jackson in there after all as well. So this is cool. I love it. It's time to put that dude in there, man. Man, this is cool, man. I just wish we could have done it sooner, man. But now we might be able to get Shoeless Joe Jackson in there, man. Yeah, I don't need that right now. Yeah, definitely gotta make it short about that. Yes, sir. Pete Rose in that motherfucking man. That's what's up. I love it. Now you might be able to get in there, man. I love it. Cause you can't tell me Pete Rose wasn't a Hall of Famer, bro. He ain't do nothing to cheat the game. That's for sure. That's for sure. Yes, sir. Man, I can't tell you how happy I am about that shit though. And Pete Rose is getting the ban is up. Yeah. Especially shoeless Joe Jackson too, man. I'm I'm so happy for that. Cause he ain't do nothing. He ain't blow that World Series, man. All you gotta do is look at the numbers, man. Everybody else was throwing that World Series, and everybody knew that they was throwing that damn thing, but it was only because he was guilty by association, man. He was probably the best player on the team and shit. So it's like, well, if the team was doing it, the best player definitely was. Logic was so stupid back then, but I'm glad that he in that motherfucker. We gonna get him in there. Turn that shit down. All right, we had to do that. Yeah, we had to do that, and we had to make it short about that because yeah, we had to make it short about that because you know uh, the ban, the permanently banned list from MLB is long, man. It's a long list of dudes that's not even in the league no more, not even alive anymore. So kind of glad Manfred decided to remove them guys after they died. Um, because there's a lot of people on that list that shouldn't be on there. So glad that's over with. But now let's get back into this playoff format, man. Um, let's get it. So Charlotte beats up on Charleston in the Battle of North Carolina. Um, let's see what Miami can do, man. New Orleans is coming in here after winning that opening round. Um, but so far they put up a 4 spot um, in their half of the first. Ah man, but Miami had the bases loaded. Couldn't do nothing after one. Let's see, man. Shout out to Marcos Rosales Jr. He was a part of the Providence team that won that title a few years ago. Interesting that they traded for him. Yeah, but Lee Cornet still doing pretty good things, man. But after four, man, New Orleans is after four, New Orleans is up 7. Yes, sir. We got some interesting stuff going on here, man. All right, 10-2. Okay. 10-4 after 5. I see New Orleans doing their thing, man. New Orleans is doing their thing. So we got 7, up 7. I mean, 7th inning, should I say. 10-4. Looks like New Orleans is going to take this one. Yeah. Yep, yep, yep. Now they're going to take this one convincingly. Bases juiced and they couldn't do nothing with it. They literally had a chance to tie that game, dog. They had a chance to tie that game. Bases loaded. Well, not tied, but at least put a damper in it, man. So shout out to Marcos Rosales Jr. One of the best performances of the day. No pitcher performances pretty. Nobody did nothing too good, but pretty good, pretty good, pretty good, man. Pretty good. All right. So first day of the divisional round is complete. So now we got Jacksonville going against LA and a California matchup. San Jose going against the Eclipse. So let's see how that goes, man. So Angelo's on the mound and he got touched up already. 2-0 in the first. San Diego does nothing. But they got some traffic on the base, but they don't do nothing with it. Okay. They get something going. They tie it up. Take the lead. Add some more. Added some more. Added some more. After 3, they up 4. After being down by 2. It's a dangerous team, y'all. That's a dangerous team. Dangerous team. And now you're gonna let Angelo start cooking now. After 4, 6-3, San Jose added a run. We in the 6th now. San Jose ain't playing. They trying to do something, but runners at the corner couldn't do nothing with it. That's crazy. They straight came back and won that game. They came back and took the lead, man. Bases juice, bottom 7. They get 1. That's all they get. Yep, San Jose adds 1 in the 8th. Still down 3. All right, San Diego add nothing in the bottom of the 8th. Okay, San Jose ties it up in the top of the ninth. Wow, 8 all. We got bonus baseball. We got Jacksonville series starting too. Oh, bottom 10. Right. Oh, and they walked it off. They walked it off. San Diego walks it off, man. Hell yeah. Okay. Okay. Jacksonville up 2-1 going into the bottom of the fourth. They don't do nothing. Running through it pretty good. 2-1. Going to the sixth. Still 2-1 Jacksonville. Ooh, man. Still 2-1. We got a pitching duel. I like it. I like it. I like it. Hell yeah. Yes, sir. And they added some more. Bottom of the seventh. 3-1. Bases juiced and they ain't do nothing with it. Ain't do nothing with it. Bottom eight. Still didn't do nothing with it, but they winning now. Got an error. But Jacksonville survives, man. All right. So Sam Johnston had a day. 7 innings, 6 strikeouts, 1 run, 3 hits. Pretty good. San Jose had the game, and then they blew it in the ninth inning. Um, so they come back. So San Diego steals one. They still won, and when, in my opinion, when teams lose games that they should win in the playoffs, they pretty much lost the series already because that was your chance to get up on a really good team. And when you don't get up on a good team like you're supposed to, it hurts. And I know that loss had to hurt a little bit. So now you're going into it thinking you're supposed to be up one and you ain't doing it, man. So that's pretty much it, man. So, all right, the Battle of North Carolina continues, man. And we got Mike on the mound. Um, let's see what he can do, right? So, um, Charleston ties it up after one. Pretty interesting. Let's see. Let's see. Top of the third. They get something. They get something. All right, 2-1. Top of the fourth. You don't get nothing. They tie it up at two as we go into the fifth. This is an elimination game, by the way, people, because it's only a 3-game series. All right. Charlotte loads the bases, but couldn't do nothing in their top of the fifth. All right. Top of the sixth. Nothing from Charlotte. Top of the sixth. Runner on third. And they get a run in. Charleston gets it. So they up going into the bottom of the top of the seventh. Now Charlotte ties it up and then takes the lead in the top of the seventh, right? So now Charleston trying to do something, and they take the lead, and they add some more at the bottom of the seventh, man, with a homer. So now they making it interesting, man. Charlotte didn't do nothing. Charleston up. Charleston adds some more. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, so 8-4 going into the top of the ninth. All right, there we go. Charleston gets it. Charleston ties it up at 1-1 apiece in the playoffs, man. So that's pretty cool. Now we move on to Philly, New Orleans, right? Not Philly, New Orleans, man. Goddamn. Miami, New Orleans. So let's see what they can do, man. Because New Orleans, God, who won that motherfucker? I forgot who won that motherfucker. Who won that first one, man? All right, so New Orleans won that thing. So New Orleans is up in the series, and they got their ace on the mound. They got McAllister starting this thing off, man. Um, and let's see if they can close it out, man. Because Miami's one of those top seeds. So let's see what happens. Can they knock them off and move on to the next round already? We shall see. But Miami had the bases loaded, and they couldn't do nothing with it. You see McAllister out here dealing, man. He's out here dealing, and he got some run support. Butcher strikes out. Let's see. Miami said, "Not today, player. Not today. You might be good, but not today." See, New Orleans ties it up in the bottom of the fifth. They take the lead in the bottom of the fifth and add a bunch of runs. 8-4. And it's still going. Oh, they added some more. 10-4. 11-4. Boy, this fifth inning was rough for them. That was rough. God damn. Let's see. Miami, can they fight back and try to get something back for it? I don't think so. I think that shit is done, son. I think that is done, son. Oh, it's not looking pretty. It's not looking pretty. New Orleans got a chance to blow it wide open, and that's exactly what they do. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Have a day, Dan Saylor, man. Dan Saylor, 3 for 5, 2 homers, a double, and 5 RBIs, man. Have a day. Have a day, man. Steven Zapula, 2 for 4, home run, 2 RBIs. The old man still got it. Still got it. As he tries to get his team their first championship ever. New Orleans does good. They blow it open late, but that's it, man. So New Orleans moves on to the next round, but the Battle of North Carolina continues as their series is tied up 1-1. So that should be interesting, man. So New Orleans is headed to the next round. So we're going to take a quick break on our playoff coverage, and I will be right back after this. right, we back. We back. Let's fix this. Yeah, let's fix that. Yep. That's a lot better. All right. Let's go back to the game. All right, so for our left, uh New Orleans moves on to the next round of the playoffs, so they're secure. So New Orleans will be playing the winner of the Battle of the Carolinas. Charleston won the last game, and Charlotte um, is trying to win that thing, man. They trying to get the next one, so we'll see. But San Diego stole game one, so let's see how that goes. But let's see. They stole game one. Yeah, Avery causing some havoc on the base path, stealing, and then scores. Um, so San Diego up 2. But San Jose gets one. So 2-1 after 2. But now they scoring. They got some trouble. Bases loaded, top of the third, but they couldn't blow the game open. So we still got ourselves a game here. Yeah. So after 3, San Jose still down 3. 4-1. Let's see. San Diego adding some damage to it. 3. Uh-oh. Let's see. After 6, 5-1. San Diego. Oh, they killing them now. Going to the 7th. 7th inning stretch. Now they put it in cruise control now. But maybe not so much. San Jose brought it into within 1 at the bottom of the 7th, man. So we still got ourselves a ball game here, man. Oh, bases juice, and San Diego adds some more. So now they down 3, headed in the bottom of the 8th. We in the 9th, you guys. And that's it, baby. That is it. San Diego wins, and they move on to the next round. So now we headed to Jacksonville's game. And let's see. I think Jacksonville's up 1. I think they up 1. Yeah, I think they up 1. I can check that shit out though. Yeah, yeah, Jacksonville's up 1 in that series. So let's see what happens, man. Can they get the win? All right, Jacksonville's up 4 after their first inning. Bruno hits a home run. And LA fighting back. Got 2 in they half for the first. Let's see, they got 5 after 2. 5-2 headed into the third. LA couldn't do nothing, man. Same thing. But Bravo's got 3 postseason homers, so he's really doing his thing. All right, 6-2. Bases loaded, top of the 5th. Okay. Jacksonville looking like a threat, man. They looking like a threat, man. Oh, let's see. 8-2, top of the seventh. Ooh-wee. Question is, can San Diego can San Diego beat can Jacksonville really beat San Diego though? That's the thing. I don't know. Hey, stop doing stuff, little boy. Stop doing stuff. Stop doing stuff. All right. So Jacksonville wins that series and they move on to the next round. Big performances from Kyle Hickey. Six innings pitched, five strikeouts, only one run allowed on three hits. So he did his thing. Now after that, that ain't really his fault, man. But Bruno Perez, showing he's one of the league's best young players out there. He had a game. Let's just say that he had a game. Um, Homer, two RBIs, so that's pretty good, man. But it's Taki Alkina. He was the one that really kind of stirred the drink for them. 3 for 4, double, home run, two RBIs. So yeah, he definitely did his thing. So they move on. They move on to play San Diego, man. So that should be fun. That should be fun. Real fun. So San Diego going against Jacksonville will be fun. And then we got we got one game left of the divisional round. That's the Battle of the Carolinas. And let's see what happens, man. Can Charleston move on to the next round? Or is Charlotte going after another title? Let's see what happens here, man. So let's see. After one, Charlotte's up two. Nothing. All Charleston has is an error to show for it. The Corning, nothing. They get some on the base paths. All right. Josh Ligori hits a 2-run homer for Charleston. And now they do their thing. Oh, now they up 3-2. Headed into the bottom of the third. Okay. We cooking. Some cooking now. All right. Charleston gets a run back. They got some stuff on the base paths, but they just tied up. That's all. Uh Top of the fifth. Charleston had somebody on third. Couldn't bring him in though. All right, we going to the fifth, tied 3-3. This has been a good series, man. Been a real good series. Yeah, 3-3 after six. They got something started now. But they still didn't do nothing. 3-3 after six. Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. Victor Chavez hits a home run, makes it 4-3, headed into the eighth. But Charleston trying to do something. They got somebody on first, but they couldn't do nothing with it. So Charlotte and their half of the eighth didn't do nothing with it. No run support, nothing. That's it, baby. That's the end of that series, dog. That's it. Big home run for Victor Chavez. Basically wins the game for Charlotte um, in the seventh. But like I said, big nice performance from Casey. I don't know how to say that name, man, but he definitely did his thing. Six strikeouts, only three runs allowed. Did his thing, man. I think they just needed some more on offense, man. That's all. Um, they need something else. So, but Battle of Carolinas was actually a pretty good series, if you ask me. Went all three games, and they all was pretty good, man. I think if I was managing the team, I probably would have saved Mike, my ace, for this game. I probably would have sacrificed my ace in this game. I would have tried to do it. If we could have stole game one, I would have punted game two with the opportunity to have him to close it out in game three. So, but I think losing game one, you gotta start your ace in game two. You ain't got no choice. You absolutely have no choice. You have to start him in game two because you have to win to even force a game three. So, like, it worked out the way it would have worked out anyway. But hey, they had a chance to win this game. I think you just needed. I think you just needed. Yeah, I think you just needed a little bit more, man. That's all. As my shit freezes. My shit's frozen. And it's definitely frozen. But that's okay. Hopefully it goes. I think it's just because of the series ending. But yeah, so love people comments, man. It's so funny, bro. It's so funny. I like when people make comments and don't like take it personal, bro. It's literally just social media, but that's it. Ain't nothing too serious about that. God damn, bro. Like, if you're a content creator, man, let me know. Y'all having trouble with these views and shit after this update and shit?